When your Facebook ad stops working at some point, what should you be looking into? What is really going wrong? All right, so this is a situation. Let's say you have a campaign that has been working well for 2 weeks, for example. It's been getting you good results at a good cost per result. Out of sudden, it stopped working for the past, let's say, 3 days. Okay, what should you be looking into? What would you do? Most Facebook advertisers would actually turn off the campaign because they believe it must be the ad creative stops working. It must be the audience targeting stops working. It must be the campaign that stops working entirely. So this is what I call when you are actually making decision based on gut feeling. But how do we not make decision based on gut feeling and actually do something right based on facts? So the first metric that I believe you should be looking into is CPM. Now, CPM stands for cost per thousand impression. When it comes to cost per thousand impression, this is really a metric that, in fact, you have no control over. Meaning, when you're running ads on Facebook, it's really depending on the market competition. When there are more advertisers, your CPM is going to come up. When there are lesser advertisers, your CPM is going to come down. So here's the situation. When you have a campaign that has been performing well for 2 weeks and it stops working out of sudden, okay, one of the main reasons, based on our observation in the past 10 odd years doing Facebook ads, right? One of the main reasons is actually because of spike of CPM. So when the CPM spikes, let's say, for example, your usual CPM is $10, which means if you spend $10 a day, let's say your budget is $10 a day, when you spend $10 a day, you will be reaching about your audience about 1,000 times. And now, out of sudden, the CPM increased to $20, which means if you're spending the same amount, like $10 a day, instead of reaching people 1,000 times, you only get to reach your audience about 500 times. Eventually, you are reaching lesser people. Of course, there will be lesser people taking action. And even if you can maintain the action rate like CTR and all that, right, your general performance is going to drop. So when it comes to this kind of situation, what should you be doing? Most people will just turn off the campaign. That's something that you shouldn't do. If it's really proven result fluctuation is actually because of the CPM, my suggestion is you should actually pull through for another week, because most of the time, the result will come back again after this. Because usually the spike of CPM, it only happens for a period of time. Say, for example, like the last week of Christmas, where a lot of people are actually dumping in money to run ads. Yeah, situations like that. So you don't want to make the wrong decision just because you feel like it's time to change creative. You really want to make the right decision by actually understanding the numbers. So if you want to find out more whether your campaign is doing good or not, and how can you actually get better result for your Facebook ads campaign, I'm actually offering a one-on-one Facebook ads audit at a very, very special rate. I actually put the link in the description. Just book a half an hour audit and we will go over your Facebook ads campaign and see what have you done right or wrong and how can we actually improve your Facebook ads campaign. I hope you like this video. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you around.